So I just want to do a really quick video about this copper spinner. I already covered this. This is the Yardworks Dab Swiss Chocolate Edition. And when I bought this spinner for, it cost me $60, the bearing that it came with was really out of whack. So I was a little bit shocked because this thing, again, $60 coming from Yardworks, which is a provider that I've had very good experience with just as far as quality control. And what I got was a spinner with a messed up bearing and that was a little bit off balance. Really nothing you do about the off balance issue. I think that just came from the hammering process. But I was able to take the bearing apart and fix it. So now I just wanted to tell everyone everything was okay. My copper Swiss edition, whatever, Yardworks is in great shape. So if you do get a chance to buy one of these, go right ahead. I highly recommend it. But also that this Bones Swiss 608 bearing, it's called a Swiss 6 because it has 6 balls instead of the standard 8 or more, whatever the number is. 6 or 6 is on the low side for a bearing. I was able to take this bearing apart. It was actually shockingly easy. All you need is a pen to just pop out the that middle piece there that holds the balls in place, and then the balls will come right out. So, and now I have a really quiet, super smooth 608. This is far and away the quietest, smoothest 608 I've ever used. So if you are looking for a really high-end 608 bearing, there's that Swiss 6, and it's been really nicely broken in right now. I took this whole thing apart, I cleaned everything, like cleaned each of the individual ball bearings, I cleaned out the race, I cleaned out the inner race, and I put it back together. And now, just listen to this. Near silent 608. And just for reference, here is the Yardworks Dab in brass with the Goldline hybrid ceramic bearing. So I love this bearing, I love how it feels, and I love how it sounds. But I'll be the first to admit that this is not for everyone. And if I was at the desk next to you spinning this thing, you would probably want to punch me after about 5 minutes. Whereas with this guy, it's just really nice, smooth, quiet. It doesn't have as much feedback, but it's definitely a really interesting bearing, and it's given me a whole new appreciation for this copper dab. I guess there's something to be said about, like I shouldn't have to, it would be nice to pick the bearing with the material, right? So it's kind of a bummer that the copper dab has to be limited to the Swiss 6. Like maybe you want the brass one with the Swiss 6, or you want the copper with the hybrid ceramic. So I think that's a little bit problematic, but kind of just, it's a small maker and that's just how things are. He doesn't offer every one of his bodies with the bearing you'd like it to be, which is what it is. You could always pop this bearing out and put it back in, but it's not a particularly fun process. And maybe that's not even an issue because these these brass dabs have been really hard to find. I don't think they've been on sale for at least 2 or 3 months. And I think the number of copper ones that were sold were extremely limited. I was very excited to pick this one up, and I haven't seen them go back on sale yet. So who knows what the future is for these hard to find dabs. But I did want to take back some of the things I said about this bearing being wonky. I mean, it was wonky, but I was able to fix that with a really thorough cleaning. So I could outline that process if anyone wants. Just let me know in the comments, and I'll do a separate video taking the whole thing apart. But once you pop out that inner retainer, the balls fall right out, and it's very easy to do. So just a quick bearing geek out session. Thanks for watching.